two recompletions that we're doing on existing wells on that Murucututu asset, literally as we speak. Once we're finished that will then provide us with the recipe or the plan going forward.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Corey Rattan. He is the CEO of Alvopetro Energy. And Corey, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good to have you along. Excited to learn a bit more about what's going on within the company. And we'll talk about a lot of points, but maybe just give everyone a bit of background on Alvopetro.
Yeah, so I think our biggest milestone was on July 5th of 2020. Alvopetro became the very first independent company in Brazil to deliver sales specified natural gas into the local market in Brazil. So before that, it had only really been done by the state oil company Petrobras. So we're quite proud of that achievement. I think since coming on production, we've done a great job of meeting and exceeding expectations, and we operate onshore in the Recôncavo Basin in the northeast part of Brazil. We sell our gas to Bahia Gas, the local distribution company in the state of Bahia, and we're very fortunate to be located very close to a major industrial complex. So the natural gas that gets consumed is literally 15 kilometers away from where we're producing it. So it's been a great project, and we're very proud of it.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about sort of the operations that are there, how many wells and what sort of work is going on there. I know you've been doing a lot of testing over the last couple of years as well to sort of refine everything and get yourselves to this point.
Yeah, so the nice thing about this is this development was the culmination of a kind of a longer process where we had to unitize our key field, which we call Caburé, with our working interest partner there. And then for our share of the gas, we commercialized that through, we built an 8-kilometer transfer pipeline. We built a natural gas processing facility, and then that allows us to meet the sales specification for the natural gas, and we can deliver it right into the market. So the nice thing is that initial development, it's about 8 wells that have been developed there. We do have some development wells coming up, hopefully later this year. But the other key thing is that now provides the strategic infrastructure. We've got a gas sales agreement to be able to very quickly convert natural gas successes in the nearby area into production and cash flow. So one of our core development opportunities sits immediately north of that unitized area. It's 100% working interest Alvopetro asset. We call it Murucututu, and we've got some exciting activity there, literally happening as we speak.
Nice. You've been able to increase production really in the last 6 months or so. Talk to me about, is that part of this process as well? And is that something that you'll continue to do in the future?
Yeah, so our off-taker Bahia Gas did kind of commit to their portfolio of supply, I would say, for kind of a longer term period, both last year and this year. There have been some demand fluctuations in the state of Bahia that have caused some increases and decreases in our sales. It has nothing to do with the wells, but it does have an impact just given the amount of gas that our off-taker has committed to. So it's possible that we continue to see some volatility through the end of this year. But what we're looking to do is increase our firm or guaranteed volume levels with that off-taker as we enter next year. So I think that will create a lot more stability, and it will also be at a higher level. And then we look to add additional 100% working interest production from this Murucututu asset that sits immediately north and is already pipeline connected into our strategic infrastructure.
Okay. Corey, let's talk about the fall. Obviously, that's a priority that you just talked about. You mentioned earlier some new wells also that you're looking at. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty busy fall for the company.
Yeah, no, I think so. We've got 2 recompletions that we're doing on existing wells on that Murucututu asset, literally as we speak. Once we're finished that will then provide us with the recipe or the plan going forward for a multi-year development plan or program that we have on that asset. So that'll be a big focus for us. We are looking to further expand the productive capacity of the Caburé unit with 5 additional development wells, and our hope is that those will start in the fourth quarter and might go into the early part of next year. So certainly the next 6 months is going to be very busy on the capital side of things for us.
Yeah, and lastly, Corey, you mentioned obviously that you're the first company to make these achievements that you talked about a little bit earlier. I would imagine that's putting you and following through on what you promised as well, has really put you in a strong light with the local community, also local government as well. Is that fair to say that you've really found yourself a nice place in that community?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think, we've got a pretty good track record with the regulator and the community, and I think uh, certainly we think we have a pretty positive image there, and we've got a great relationship with both the local community and the environmental regulator as well as the national hydrocarbon regulator.
Good stuff. Corey, thanks so much. Great to get an update on what you're doing. Congratulations on the success.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking the time.
All right, there's Corey Rattan, the CEO of Alvo Petro Energy.